go with on the mound tomorrow in the first game and then potentially in the second?
Dominic Leone will go the first game for us tomorrow. Second game, I'm not thinking about it right now.
I guess, Jack, similar to what the guys were asked, how do you get this team mentally refocused after what was a pretty draining loss today?
We just gotta, we've been here before, we've done this thing before in terms of losing a tough ball game, have to turn right around and play again. So now it becomes a mental game. We gotta come out tomorrow and be ready to play at 12 noon and give Coastal our best shot and hope for a second ball game. And, just right now, just start working on their minds right after the game is over. Just, proud of my players. They played extremely hard, and we had some opportunities, and couldn't quite capitalize on them early in the ball game. And Daniel pitched a tremendous game for us, and our relief pitching was good, and our defense was good all day long, and just another hit here and there, we've been in pretty good shape.
Jack, you said you were working on their minds right after the game. What were you saying to your team, and what will you say to the hotel tonight, and just to kind of get them mentally right?
Just like I told you, we're gonna put this one behind us right now. We're gonna flush it out of the system quickly and be ready to go on the next one. And can't dwell on it right now, because if you do, it's gonna leak into tomorrow. And if it leaks into tomorrow, you're in trouble.
Jack, obviously the fans will make a big deal out of this loss on both sides, but for you being a head coach in this thing, to have lost in this game and previous games in the tournament, does it wear on you at all?
No. We're ready to play tomorrow. That's all there is to it. As long as my kids play hard, as long as we play tough, as long as we to show the spirit that we want to exhibit from our program, we're just going to keep on battling, keep on working at it. There's such a minute difference. In a game like this, and in really any games we play. So we just got to figure out a way to make the little thing go in our direction. That's all there is to it. There's not a big difference. There's not a big difference between one or the other. So we're just going to keep on working at it.
Jack, can you walk us through your thoughts in the last inning there with first base open, and different ways to approach that, and what you were thinking there?
With first base open, I don't think we had first base open. We had been on first and third.
Well, yeah, excuse me, first.
We had been on first and third, and Matthews is too fast, and he's hit the ball real well, hits the fastball real well, and he's too quick to double up. So you're going to be in kind of the same situation, and we didn't want to be in a situation where a walk would hurt us. And the best you could hope for right there is the Dancer doesn't run extremely well, is for him to hit a ground ball at second base and hopefully turn something over. But you're not going to double up Matthews, and he'd been one of the guys who's been hurting us, during the course of the day. So we weren't going to come down to him.
Jack, after the game, it looked like you and Ray were having a discussion. What was that conversation about?
Just good ball game both sides. Good ball game both sides, and that was it.
Jack, you've been a part of a lot of big games in this series. How does this one rank for you?
It's one of those classic games. You can look from both sides and think of little things here and there that could have made a difference. Both teams played hard. Both teams played tough. Both teams did what they had to do to keep themselves in the ball game one way or the other. Battle from behind like we did, and then they battled from behind after us getting up two. And we had a big opportunity. We had the bases loaded, nobody out early in the game, and that was the one where I thought we had Roth on the rope and could have done something there.
Jack, following up on that, what did you see on the interference call, and what was the umpire's explanation to you on that call?
Just have to really be careful about what I say here, but we played 62 ball games. We haven't had one call like that all year. It has been an interference call, and so it's just a tough time for that to come, to surface, and let the teams play and let us do our thing. And I think we had a heck of a ball game there, but I wasn't feeling that one too good. But that's it was a difference maker a little bit in a close ball game. Everything's close. There's going to be little things here and there that make a difference in a game like this, and some of them we're responsible for without question. And that was a tough one to pill to swallow at that time in the game, because I thought that was a big moment. But
Jack, just talk about Gossip. Was this perhaps his best outing of the season?
he's had some good ones lately for us. He pitched really well. Lost 2-1 at Wake Forest, and he pitched really well in the ACC tournament. And so he's been pitching as well as anybody we have on our staff right now, and he's pitching with a lot more poise and a lot more command with all his pitches. And it's just a shame we couldn't reward him for how well he pitched with a win today. He's going to be a really good one for us in the future. Proud of how he handled this situation as a freshman, and I think it's a sign of good things to come for him.
Jack, going back to the interference call at second base, you said you haven't seen that in your 62 games this year. Have you seen in baseball anywhere this season where that play has been called, the hands up, sliding into second base, have you heard of that anywhere in baseball this season?
I haven't seen any of all the games that I've seen. I haven't seen it happen. And we slide the same way into second base all the time, and we know the rule. Unfortunately, it became something that was important at the time, but I haven't seen it called.
Coach, on the play to throw out Ferguson when they had the chance to score the winner, I mean, for the team to keep after it and keep him to keep his poise and not just think the guy was going to be ruled safe. How about comment on the way they stayed after that?
There's a lot of really good plays. When I replay this thing in my mind, there's going to be a lot of really good plays, a lot of big pitches, some opportunities and some big hits, and all those kinds of things are going to replay in your mind. But that was a big play by Brittle to come get the ball hard. Ferguson runs, play well. It was a big hit up the middle at the time. He was aggressive and close play at the plate and slid by, and he had the presence of mind to come back and tag him. In a game like this, in this stage, that's going to be one of those plays you talk about. And we were hoping it was going to be a play we talk about on the positive side of things and where it was a difference maker for us. But, kept the game alive, kept the game going at that time, and gave us another opportunity. When you're the visiting team and you can't build an inning, you're having trouble building an inning, getting leadoff man on, the pressure keeps coming back to you because you got to go out and get them out, and once you do score, then you got to get them out again. I mean, it's a tough situation for your pitching to have to go out there and keep on battling as a visiting team. But our kids did a good job of it. Kevin Brady, was good. We just had a little tough time in that one inning where they scored the one run. They were trying to bunt, and we walked the guy in a bunt, and it wasn't the best thing that could have happened at that time. But there's a lot of good things that happened during that game, and I'm gonna have to accent on the positive. But I'm gonna sit here and think we just fell off the end of the earth. This baseball program is tough. Our kids are tough. I'm proud of them. They worked hard. That's a good ball game. Anybody who enjoys baseball, whether Carolina fan or Clemson fan, that's good baseball. And so that's how I'm going to look at it. Somebody else who wants to make more out of it and be negative or whatever it might be, let them do what they want to do with it. But it's good baseball, and it's exciting to watch. And our kids battled as hard as you can possibly battle, and that's where I'm going to leave it tonight. We're going to have to get ourselves mentally ready to play tomorrow. And Coastal's coming off a good ball game, having played well today, so they'll have some confidence coming into it, and we can't let any of this leak into tomorrow.
Hindsight being what it is, would you have gone to Brady to start the ninth, or can you not have that kind of a thought?
I guess we're Martin hitting one off the end of the bat and went over the second base's head, to start the inning, right? And so they pinch hit him. We thought, that English was going to come up to lead the inning off, and Myers a pretty good matchup against him, and he finished the inning off pretty well. So, once we had to face that one batter, and Myers a pretty decent fielder and strike thrower, and all those kinds of things. So I still thought he was the best guy because I knew they were going to bunt, and that didn't work out so well. And then after that, Brady came in to do a good job for us. So I think, in my mind, we had the right thing going. It just didn't work out right.
Jack, was there any consideration at all to bring Gossett back out for the 8th, or was that a pretty easy decision at that point to go to the
I
bullpen?
think he was tired a little bit. They had a little threat in the 8th inning. They had a couple hits in the 8th inning. He was getting a little tired. I could see it. He was up over 100 pitches, and I think we all felt, Pep and I felt it was about time to make a change. Scotty Firth has been good for us, and unfortunately, I think they got a couple hits off of him, and then Joe Mo came in and did his job against Dansler, which was did a really nice job, and then Meyer came in after that and finished that inning off, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? And so that worked out okay, as good as it could, I guess. But it could have been a little worse at the time, but it worked out okay. Not quite good enough, but.
What were your feelings after Felder hit that home run that put you up 2 runs? Did you feel pretty comfortable with the 2-run lead, knowing that you had Brady down again?
It felt good, but anytime that happens, I'm always hoping there's a guy on base, with him. And because in a close game, you're going to need those runs, and every run counts, every single run counts. And so I felt a little better, of course, but still knew there was some game to play. Still knew we had a few innings to go, and we're going to have to keep them down. So it was nice to see it, but at the same time, I knew there was still some game to play.
Any more questions for Coach? All right, thank you.